Hi everybody, welcome to Woodfired Weekly at Manna from Devon Cooking School. This week we're going to be doing a little bit of baking. We're going to make a pear and ginger upside down cake, and we're going to be using the Bushman Santorini oven. In this case, like all baking, we're going to want a nice stable oven. So I'm going to make sure that the oven floor is sitting at around about 200 degrees and with a 5 Mississippi hand temperature in the oven, which should be giving us 180 to 200. So this is going to be a caramelized base, so I'm going to make some caramel, add some butter and a little bit of rum, and that's going to line the tin. Then I'm going to layer it with pears, then a basic cake mix on top of that, and everything into the oven for sort of 40 minutes or so. So first of all, I've got a pan here with sugar and a little splash of water, and I'm going to pop that in the oven and just wait for that to start to brown so I know I'm forming caramel. Meanwhile, I'm going to prepare some pears. And I didn't want to do these too much in advance, otherwise they start to go brown. If I felt like it, I could peel these pears, but usually I don't. And the skin's delicious anyway. So I'm just getting rid of the cores. And then I'm going to slice the pears up and lay them out in the bottom of the tin. I'm also going to start making the cake mixture. Flour, sugar, baking powder, butter, ginger and ground mixed spice, and I'm just going to beat this all up in with 2 beaten eggs. I just have to beat this until I have a nice smooth mixture. So that's now looking nice and smooth, no evident lumps of butter in there, and it's become a little bit paler. When I'm cooking this caramel, I want to see that it's simmering away in the oven. I don't want to start stirring it because it'll just sort of crystallize. And I'll know when it's getting close because the bubbles will start to get bigger and bigger. I can actually smell that the caramel is starting to brown. So now I can give that a little zhuzh around and add some butter. I'm just going to let that butter melt a little bit and then stir it in. And into there I'm also going to put a splash of rum. And all of that goes into here to form the base of my caramelized pear and ginger cake. So now I can arrange these slices of pear in the tin, being careful not to stick my finger in caramel. I'm just overlapping those a little bit in the tin. And then on top of that, I can put my cake mixture. So the cake is ready to go into the oven, but I just want to check the oven and make sure it's at the right temperature before I put it in. The floor is perhaps a tiny bit hot, so I'm going to put another layer between the cake and the floor of the oven. Just to lift it a tiny bit. I can check after sort of 15 minutes. If it's browning too quickly, I'll put a bit of foil over the top. Otherwise, this is going to go into the oven for between 30 and 40 minutes. The cake's had almost 40 minutes, so we're going to bring that out and have a look. Nice and firm in the middle, and I'm just going to give it the skewer test. That's coming out nice and clean, so I'm happy that that's cooked. So I'm just going to let that cool for a few minutes before I turn it out. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you'd like to see a new video every week. We'll provide a recipe and notes for this video on our blog and put a link to that below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.